to day 2 of our free art lessons. Thank you so much for joining us. I have Peanut Butter with me today. Can you say hey?
Hi.
Guess what day it is today, you guys?
St. Patrick's Day.
What? What color do people usually wear on St. Patrick's Day?
Green.
Green. And do you know why?
No.
Because when you wear green, you are invisible to leprechauns and they won't pinch you then. So St. Patrick's Day started out as a religious holiday because St. Patrick in Ireland used to love to share Christianity with the people that lived there. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on the day that he passed away. So even though St. Patrick was a real person, a lot of the stuff that goes around about St. Patrick's Day is actually a myth. Do you think leprechauns are real?
No.
No? What about finding a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow? No? What about, do you think 4-leaf clovers bring you good luck?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that St. Patrick actually used to teach using 3-leaf clovers, not 4-leaf clovers?
No.
I know, pretty crazy. But now, because it's a little harder to find 4-leaf clovers, they decided to make 4-leaf clovers a symbol of good luck. So if you find a 4-leaf clover, you're considered to be lucky. So what are we going to teach them today?
How to draw 4-leaf clovers.
Yeah, but what kind of special 4-leaf clovers?
I don't know.
Zentangle. Today we're going to learn about the Zentangle method. If you want to learn more about Zentangle, you can go on the Zentangle website. But Zentangle is essentially a way to create really beautiful images by drawing structured patterns. So we're going to draw a 4-leaf clover, and then we're going to separate it with lines with our ruler, and we're going to fill those spaces in with patterns. Zentangle art is non-representational, which means it doesn't exactly necessarily look like something, and unplanned. So as you're drawing, you can just relax and draw whatever comes to your mind. Now, a lot of people find with Zentangle that they become a lot more relaxed while they're doing it. So it's a really great therapeutic way to do art. So what you'll need today is a sheet of printer copy paper, a ruler, and a pencil, and then markers. You can definitely feel free to use crayons or colored pencils. All of our projects are easily adaptable to different age groups. For example, if you wanted your 2- or 3-year-old to participate, you can create a drawing, a coloring page essentially for them by drawing a 4-leaf clover in pencil and then outlining it in a black marker, and then you can give that to them to color. A little bit older children, like 4.5, 5 years old and up, are definitely perfect for this project because they can create patterns. They're familiar with what patterns are, and they can come up with some really creative ideas for patterns. To start our 4-leaf clovers, we are going to do the leaves first. Peanut Butter showed me a really cool way to make the leaves because 4-leaf clover leaves look a lot like hearts. And an easy way to make a great heart is to create a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom. And you're gonna create dots going in the shape of a square around your page with one center dot. And from there, you're going to create backwards candy canes and forward candy canes. Now when you go to your next heart, you're going to meet up with the other leaf next to it. Awesome. Looks great, Peanut. Now we're going to go to the bottom ones and meet up with the other leaves. Meet up with the center. Okay, now we've created a 4-leaf clover. We can add the stem in the middle here, and you do that by just creating a curved line, straight bottom, and a curved line going back up. Now, if you'd like, you can keep the leaves separate with these lines, or you can erase them so they don't look so much like hearts. You can add a line here if you'd like, because on 4-leaf clovers, you've seen that lighter green line in the middle, right? Okay. Now for our Zentangle 4-leaf clover, we are going to take our rulers and we're going to create some straight lines in the background. And they don't have to have any specific shape or direction. You can have them going in different directions. I'm gonna have this one go sideways. Just get creative with it. Something to keep in mind with the lines that you create in your background is that you're going to create a new pattern for every single shape that you create with your ruler. So try not to make a million lines on your drawing because it will take you a very long time to fill in the patterns. Okay, now we're going to take a dark marker and we're gonna outline the outside of our 4-leaf clover. I recommend doing a bold line for this to make your shamrock really stand out. You can choose what color you want to use. It doesn't have to be black, but I recommend using a darker color. Now you can decide if you would like to divide up your 4-leaf clover. You can keep it as hearts. You can even split it down the middle with the line in it. Okay, once your 4-leaf clover is outlined, you can outline the lines in the background. I recommend using a darker color again, but feel free to get creative with what color you use. Okay, now while you're tracing those lines, you can decide if you would like to go back with your pencil eraser and take out any lines that you either didn't trace right on or lines that you decided that you don't want in anymore. Because with art, it's okay to change your mind. All right, now we are going to color in our 4-leaf clover and our background shapes. We're going to choose different colors for each shape, so try not to have the same color next to each other. And a lot of you asked me if you need special markers for this or any certain supplies. You don't need any special markers. You can use what you have at home. But if you are able to or want to, you can order supplies through our supply list that we have in the description of our YouTube video channel and on this video. We have different supplies that we recommend for the upcoming lessons. We also have had some of you ask what kind of markers we've been using. We have been using alcohol-based ink markers, and we will add these to the supply list as well in case you're interested in using them, because they are a lot of fun to use, aren't they? All right, so once you have your background and 4-leaf clover colored in, then we can start doing our Zentangle patterns. So as you can tell, there's a variety of different ways to do the coloring of your background. You can choose a rainbow of colors, or you can choose monochromatic colors. You can have blocks of colors that are opposite on the color wheel too, to bring out some areas that pop out. Yours turned out really awesome, Peanut Butter.
Thanks.
I love it. Okay, so we're gonna take our darkest colored marker that we can find, and we are going to start creating a pattern in every single square, or shape, I should say. They're not all squares, right? We have triangles, we have all sorts of different shapes. Okay, so I have one pattern down. Now I have to decide, what do I want to do in the next one? And I'm going to go with some geometric shapes. And you can keep those shapes not colored in, or you can color them in so that it looks like visible triangles. Now when you're creating patterns for your 4-leaf clover, don't feel like you have to create the same shape within every single tile. You can take your marker and you can move your paper as you're going. You can just make up shapes that are very fluid and flowing, and then draw shapes within it. feel free to get super creative with your patterns. As you can see, Peanut Butter chose to do hearts, she chose to do party hats, she has some Mickey Mouse ears, some bows, so there are so many options that you can use for your patterns. I decided to go more with geometric shapes and curves for mine. You can decide whether you would like to add patterns to your 4-leaf clover or not. I feel like the 4-leaf clover stands out a lot more if you leave it without a pattern. But if you are just having so much fun doing Zentangle patterns, you can absolutely continue on to do those patterns on your clover. Well guys, thank you so much again for joining us. I hope if you're not already subscribed that you will click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell so you're notified when we post new videos, which we plan on doing every single day for at least the next few weeks. Should we show them how our drawings turned out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You first.
Okay.
I love it. It's so awesome. Here's how mine turned out. You guys like it? Now, if you want to show us how your artwork turned out, please be sure to comment on our Facebook page. We have a couple of them. We have Wild, Free, and Crafty on Facebook. We have the Rustic Orchid on Facebook. So be sure to follow both of our pages and you can post our artwork there so we can share it with the rest of the world. Thank you guys again, and I hope you really enjoyed this class.